And what's up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and this is the Juice is Loose, episode 13. This is going to be a special episode, and by special, I mean really short and just me by myself. The NFL season started last week, Thursday, and my team, the Detroit Lions, are playing tonight, Monday night, on Monday Night Football at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm not going to miss that. I never miss a game. I watch every second of every game all season long. So I had to bump up the time, which meant my guest couldn't make it, and plus I wanted it to be short so I could watch some of the pregame stuff for before the game. So I was going to have ASAP Rel on, but he has a doctor's appointment for him and his wife. They're having a baby. I want to say congratulations. I didn't know you guys were expecting, so that's really cool, and I hope everything goes well with that. Definitely have my normal crew back on next week for the big giveaway drawing episode. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So with that out of the way, I did kind of was chatting with some people in the comment section about some football and stuff. So if someone's watching this and they want to chime in for a few minutes, I might be cool with that. We'll see. I want to keep this under a half hour. So with that, we're gonna get on to the real points of these shows. Is the Mario Kart 8 tournament. Saturday we had Saturday Juice and had 27 or 28 participants, and it was some good competition. I did a little bit better. I was happier with my performance. I'm going to run down the top 20, and then we'll talk about that real quick. So Titanium got first. Finally, he's been close, second and third place a couple different times. So he finally got a win, got the extra entry into the tournament. And then we had Tessa TLH 14, Andrew, Gray, Robert, Red Knight got 6th place, Harden 25 and 7th, Slade in 8th. T-Juice in 9th, so I went from 21st to 9th. I was happy about that. ASAP Rel in 10th, 2 points behind me. Then we had XXGeo95 in 11th, Mike, New World Order for Life in 12th, Brownie in 13th, Dark Fox in 14th, Sandy in 15th, Steel Fox in 16th, Rajo 17th, Everyday Gamer 18th, Dre 19th, and Eli 20th, and that was Eli's first time. I believe that's Magnum 924 if I'm not mistaken. Thanks to everyone who participated, and as always, if you finished out of the top 20 and you want to be counted towards the giveaway, you have to go to the Miiverse and post your score, and I'll be able to see it's the current one because we'll see Titanium at 201 points, TLH 194. Make sure that they appear on the screen so I know. So yeah, Titanium, man, he's a regular out of Texas. He's usually does really well. He's been struggling a little bit over the last, struggling for him. Second and third place is struggling, and glad to see he got the win and he gets the extra. So him and Tessa and Andrew are all in the line to get 7 entries into the drawing, which I'll be doing next week, Monday at 8 p.m. So that's going to be exciting to find out who's going to win that. And obviously once I announce the winner, I'll have to get some information from you. So we'll have to figure. I'll send you a private message on Google, and we'll get maybe. I'll give you my email address, and then you can send it to me that way. So, yeah, and also, if you didn't catch my last final update video, I'd like to have, if possible, the winner on the show after I draw the name. I'm going to draw the name about halfway through and see if we can get connected and get the winner to come on, whether it's just audio or whatever. That would be really cool to get some live reactions of after someone finds out they win. So, yeah, it was a good tournament, though. I felt good about it. I was Luigi on the sport bike. I went back to what I'm best at, and I had a run there. I had about 4 wins in a row towards the end. I was going for my 5th win in a row on Donut Plains 3, and my buddy ASAP Rel, he just couldn't resist. He shot me with a green or a red shell, I forget, and I took the corner better. I took a nice tight corner. Got ahead of him. He hits me with the shell, and then Tessa somehow passed us. She got first. He got second. I got third. And then after that, I had a bad game where I got ninth, I think. I told him in a message, I was like, dude, you took my mojo. I was doing so good, and he kind of stole my mojo from me. But I got it back and finished strong. And as always, Red Knight, he always seems to have one extra race than me. I was ahead of him when I finished, and I thought I finally had beaten him. And then he had one more race and must have got second or first because he jumped up ahead of me by 10 points. So Red Knight, you mother effer, you always finish ahead of me, and your streak's still alive. So one of these times, I'm going to finish ahead of him. That's just my goal in life. I'm never going to get first. I figure pretty much guaranteed I'm not ever going to get first. I don't have the skills that everyone else has, but I just want to finish ahead of Red Knight. So hopefully that can happen sometime soon. So, but yeah, thanks everybody. This has been great so far. I hope we keep some of these numbers for participation once the drawing and the Bayonetta 2 giveaway is over. That'd be really cool, but I won't be mad. You know, I'll understand if people can't find the time, you know, without a really good reason to join. But it's a really good tournament. I'm glad that I started it, and I gotta say it's pretty one of the more consistent tournaments. I mean, I see people here and there have them, but you got Game Explains, which is worldwide, and it's just ridiculous. I tried racing in it, and it's just impossible to do good against all these people all over the world. And I feel really good about this tournament. And like I said in my last video, eventually, maybe in October, I might switch it to Saturdays only, just because all the fall TV shows are coming out, and Arrow, my favorite show, is coming out on Wednesdays at 8. I mean, I still could do a 9 o'clock tournament and just be kind of pushing it. And yeah, so we'll see about that. For the immediate future, it'll still be Wednesday nights. And this Wednesday is the last chance to get entered into the Bayonetta 2 giveaway. I have both copies pre-ordered, paid in full, so you ain't got to worry about that. And I posted the picture on Google Plus if you need to see proof of that. But the one other thing I want to talk about with the tournament in Mario Kart 8 is Tessa. And I know you got skills because I've seen them, but you need to get your internet figured out. I don't know what your situation is, but every time I've raced against you, and I've never said anything, but other people were commenting about it. I don't know if you're far away from your wireless router or what, but your character jumps all over the screen, and red shells will follow you for 10, 15, 20 seconds. I've seen a half a lap where a red shell is right behind you and I'm next to you and it doesn't hit you, and then when it, till the, way after. So it's telling me that there's some kind of communication error. You're probably way up farther than what my screen is showing, and you're the only person I've seen do it. So I'm just saying this as if no one else has, you might want to get one of those LAN adapters, or maybe somehow get your Wii U closer to your router, or maybe you just have bad, your service. There was actually a race. It was after we finished our tournament, and we just kind of all jumped back on to race with some of the other people, and it was on Wario's Stadium, and my buddy Steel Fox was up in second or third, and I was in seventh. And Tessa, if you're watching this or whoever else, it's just a bad sign of lag, because she was next to me on her motorcycle, and I'm taking the gravity section with the the metal and then the the flames, and her character hits the wall and gets stuck, and I'm in 7th place, and I take the corner, jump down, and I look and see people have finished, and all of a sudden, Tessa, you finished in 2nd, and you were just right next to me in 6th. So you definitely have some kind of internet issue. I'm not sure how we look on your end. If it looks all good, I just want to, if you care, I just want to let you know there's definitely some issues going on there, and other people have said something like, what's up with Tessa? She's teleporting all over. My red shells don't hit her. When I do hit her, you don't slow down. It's just because of lag, and it's not your fault unless you're just really far away from your wireless router or something. So I'm just going to give you the heads up. There's definitely something going on there, and it's kind of funny actually seeing some of the stuff that happens with this lag, and it looks kind of ridiculous, but it's funny. But if you're noticing any things, or you're getting disconnects a lot, maybe knowing that, maybe there's something you can do to get that fixed or to get it improved. But no harm. I mean, doesn't matter to me really. I just thought I'd throw that out there, give you the heads up. So that's pretty much it for the Mario Kart 8 talk. Tonight a big game, midnight release, probably the biggest game of the year, Destiny. I know a lot of people are going to get it for either their Xbox One or PS4 or PS3. I don't know anybody personally that's getting it for the 360. It's got over 1.5 million pre-orders as of like 2 weeks ago. So, you know, the first week worldwide on 4 different consoles, or yeah, there's not coming to the PC that I know of yet. I'm predicting 5 million in its first week, and you know, as much as that game looks like just a generic Halo to me, a lot of people are excited. People that played the beta and the alpha said it's good. So I'm excited for you guys, but for me, like Mr. T and I were saying on a post, like there's just I got absolutely no interest in that game other than I just want to hear what other people have to say. Some people that I respect and trust their opinions on. If they say, oh man, this is awesome, don't let it fool you, it's not Halo meets Call of Duty, I might pick it up on my PS3 because then I can play for free. I don't have to pay for online fees and stuff. So unless they lock it behind PlayStation Plus, which I don't think they do on the PS3 at all. But the cool thing about Destiny, and the one thing that's I got to give them credit, is if you download the game on your PS3 or Xbox 360, you get until, I think they said January 2015. I may be mistaken. It may only be January, or was it January 2015 or January 2016? That's I'm not sure, but it's either January of 2015 or January of 2016. You get till that time to, and if you get a PS4 or an Xbox One, you get to download the game on those systems for free if you had paid for it and downloaded it on the other systems. But it only works from Xbox to Xbox, PlayStation to PlayStation. So if you get on the 360 and you download it, thinking you might get an Xbox One in the future, they said that you'll be able to download it for free on your Xbox One. Same thing with PS3 to PS4, and it will carry over your character and all your saves and stuff. So that's actually really cool. I gotta give them props on that. That's a very Nintendo thing to do, really. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to do that, and actually Nintendo, sometimes they make you buy the game twice, you know, so it's even a better thing, I think. And it's like, shit, I might download it on my PS3 if I get a PS4. If it is till January 2016, I'm not going to get a PS4 before January 2015, but we'll see. I'm going to look into that a little bit further, and I might say, hey, you know, then I don't have to worry about having to rebuy the game if I really liked it. I could just, as long as I get the same system, you know, if I get a PlayStation 4, I probably wouldn't get the 360 version because I'm done paying for Xbox Live on the 360 unless that transfers over to your Xbox One. I might do that instead because I'm thinking Xbox One's looking a little bit more appealing to me in the near future. But yeah, that's just interesting. It's really cool, and I hope more companies do that as we're having this transition. And I made a joke earlier. I was like, well, that's why Wii U isn't getting one, because there's no Wii version to have this upgrade promotion. So that's the reason the Wii U isn't getting it. And I thought that was kind of funny, but you know, I know it's not true. The Wii U just got skipped for reasons. Activision coming out with The Voice. I mean, they're pulling a Ubisoft saying that only certain types of games sell, and it just really sucks, because if Destiny is a great game, it's a new IP, this would have been a good game to gauge if it would have released day and date with all the other versions, had all the content. I know PlayStation gets a lot of exclusive stuff, and maybe Nintendo opted out of this game. We don't know, because Sony basically has it on lockdown. Microsoft has to come up with a fake fragrance to advertise called Destiny, the fragrance. That's the only way they can advertise, because Sony's got it, so they can't. And that's just really a problem, I think, with a lot of third parties. Just to get into this a little bit, there's no way, if the game's coming out on all, 360, PS3, Xbox One, and PS4, Sony's giving a bunch of money. Activision's only hurting the sales of the other versions. Like, it just makes no sense. It should be fair and equal rights to advertise the game on your system. And it's just all about money, and I think that's why think that's the main reason Nintendo's not getting a lot of these games is they just said, you know what, it's not practical and it's not a good business model to pay for all these games because once you start, you can't stop. You can't just pay for one game and then not pay for it next year if the sequel comes out. You're kind of stuck. Nintendo's just not going to do it. And if that hurts them, then it hurts them. But financially, and they're going to be around a lot longer doing it the way they're doing it. Sony and Microsoft, they just keep throwing money at these third parties, and I'm worried that it's going to cause some kind of collapse, and we're going to see either more than likely the Xbox division or something be done. And some people think two is better. To have two major consoles would be better. If there wasn't an Xbox One, I think almost all of those people would be PlayStation 4 owners. So, I mean, I don't think just gamers will stop buying stuff, but I'm torn because I always thought 3 was a bad idea when there was first 3. I mean, there was 4 technically in the 6th gen with the Dreamcast, but it'd be interesting if it went down to 2. But I just don't like this. I don't like third parties. I don't like exclusive deals for content, for get this first, get that first, and advertising exclusivity. I just don't like any of this. It's just crap, and I wish it would go away, but it seems to only be getting worse. If Sony's having more and more success with the PS4, they're going to get the best versions of the games. They're going to get all the exclusive stuff, and it's not healthy. So I'd like to see it stop, but whatever. That's why most of my money right now is going to Nintendo, just because of their practices. They seem to care more about their consumers genuinely. They don't just go up on stage and do it just to help their sales of their PlayStation 4 and stuff by the whole here's how you do used games and all that theatrics and crap. So that was a little bit of a rant. Didn't plan it, but I'm just glad Destiny's got this deal. There are a lot of people that haven't jumped into the current gen yet. A lot of people on the last gen systems, and I'm trying to remember the pre-orders for the versions. Obviously, PS4 and Xbox One were 1 and 2, but I think pretty sure it was PS3 was third, and then the Xbox 360 on the pre-orders for Destiny. But then with Call of Duty, it's kind of taken a reversal. I think the Xbox One's leading with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and then the 360, and then the PS4 version's way down in pre-orders. So it's kind of interesting. I think Destiny could actually be the biggest Call of Duty killer. With no Battlefield this year, I don't think Battlefield affected it. I mean, it did. The sales of Call of Duty were down last year, but I just think it was just because there's all the new systems came out, and there's just lots of separation. If your friends own the PS4 version and you're still have the PS3, you might not buy it because you guys can't play it together. So this holiday would be a little bit more telling for Call of Duty's future. I think it's definitely on its last legs. I don't think the series is going to last 5 more years. I would be surprised if within the next 2 they don't have to do something completely drastic with that series. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about game related. I mean, like I said, I want this show to be shorter, and I planned, I was going to have ASAP Rel on. He was going to talk about his Carolina Panthers he's a fan of, and like I said in the beginning, he couldn't make it. And happy for you though, dude, if you're watching this. If you're watching this, Leo the Wise, if you want to come on for a few minutes and talk about your Bengals, we'll kind of switch this over. I'm going to do a little prediction for my Detroit Lions, and actually I'm going to send an invite just in case. Don't want to be on for very long, another 10 minutes max. So anyway, like I said, if you're not a football fan, obviously you want to tune out here. But my Detroit Lions, they're like the Nintendo corporation in football, in a football team. Same with the Bengals. They just always have a bad rap. They don't get any respect, and they try to do things right, but they always end up with a bad coach or a bad player, and it's just tough to be a Lions fan. They've never been to the Super Bowl since its inception. This is the 49th one, will be this season, and they've never even made it to a Super Bowl. They've won 1 playoff game in the last 30 years, and it's just real tough to be a Detroit Lions fan. You got to have thick skin. You got to be used to disappointment. That's all there is to it. Maybe that's why I'm so used to, Nintendo not getting. Your mic's muted there, bud. If you can hear me, you're muted. So I'll get to you in a second if you want to unmute you. The Lions, it's like they're always going to do bad. I've always expected them to do bad, and it's almost like Nintendo not getting these third-party games. It's expected, and I'm used to it because I'm a fan of the Lions, just like Leo's a fan of the Bengals. You had some rough years. Finally you guys are coming out of it a little bit. So what's up, man? Oh, can't hear you. Can't hear you, man. I don't know if your mic's, you're not muted, but I can't hear you. So we had this problem before. Why don't you drop out, come back in, see if we can fix that. And we didn't have time to do a test beforehand, so hopefully we can get this worked out. But anyway, I was just talking about my Lions. I have a good feeling about this season. I think if they can win tonight against the Giants in Monday Night Football, I think I'd like to think they could win 10 games this year. That's my benchmark, 9 or 10. Last year they started off 6-3 and then finished 7-9. They had a rough end. Stafford threw a lot of pick sixes and stuff at the end, and it was a tough season for me. Leo, why don't you see if we can hear you? There you are.
Can you hear me now? All right, there you go. There you go.
All right, man.
I had to switch it to my headset. All right, we're good.
Cool.
Man, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. The question you had asked before, Bengals, we still stuck in purgatory, man. We're still stuck in purgatory. I mean, I'm repping them. Obviously, I'm repping them today. Went to school, repping them strong,
Mm-hmm.
But if Dalton can work and get his $115 million contract for 6 years, and that's fine. I'm about ready to cut him and just be like, look, give him 17 mil. He don't have to play for the rest of the season. We'll just tucker it out. But now that Ray Rice has been suspended, we gonna whip the Ravens at home again. It's over. That's it.
AJ Green's not too bad either for you.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. It's just we just need to have a quarterback to throw him the ball. I mean, I don't know if you saw the play where like AJ Green, he caught it and like the safety came over there trying to hit him, and like he like literally stopped, waited, and then took off running again, and the safety just like tripped over. I'm like, oh my god, I love it.
So your assessment of Andy Dalton, you think he's just inconsistent? Because I've seen some good plays come out from him.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. You see, the thing is, like, okay, it's not as bad as Romo, because when Romo do bad, But like, if you can remember how bad Schaub was, Andy Dalton was on the equivalent of Schaub. Like he would throw a pick, just wasn't a pick six. He would throw a pick in a moment where the Bengals are going down the stretch, trying to win the game. Dalton would throw a pick, but we end up being 11-5 last year. So it's just like, we played against the New England Patriots and we beat them. It's just like, but it was with our defense. Our offense is like I'm not gonna say horrendous, but it's mid-tier in the NFL. It's mid-tier. We need to get that quarterback. Either he needs to grow, or we need to get a guy who's gonna excel us to the next level. Because our defense is there. Our defense is ready.
Yeah, your defense is looking good. So, as a Lions fan, I feel the same way about Stafford. I think he's got no excuses. Last year he had no excuses, and there was that Monday nighter against the Ravens. They were up by 7, and he throws a ridiculous pick six to tie the game. And same thing against the Giants. They lost to the Giants last year down the stretch. All they had to do was win 1 out of 5 games, and they would have made the playoffs, and they could not do that. And every time they had momentum or a lead, Stafford's throwing an interception. And the dude, he's got an incredible arm. He can be the most accurate passer I've ever seen in my life at times. And they got a good offensive line, good running game, good receivers. It made no sense. And this, for me, this is his last season for me. I mean, if he can't do it with this team, with these coaches, then they need to find somebody else. But like you said about Dalton, he got that big contract, but it was the defense and AJ Green that earned all that, as far as I can tell. from my perspective. And they always give the quarterback the credit when they win, and he takes the most blame when they lose. So. I mean, from what I've seen, he seems to be okay. I just don't think he deserved that big of a payday. I was a little shocked when I saw that. I would have thought, more like 60 million or something. But they have gone to the playoffs ever since he's been drafted, so he's not hurt him too much. You just can't seem to get him over that hump and take him to that next level. So what's your thoughts? The Bengals won. Kind of an ugly game by the highlights and stuff. They won season opener. How are you feeling about their chances this season? What do you think the record's going to be? How far are they going to make it?
I'm going to tell you right now, AFC North, every year, up for grabs. Never is a moment when, you play against the Steelers. The Browns are going to come to play. I hate to say it, but the Browns, they may suck, but they're going to come to play. They're going to give you a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers are playoff potential every year. As long as you got Mike Tomlin, it's like Mike Tomlin just puts the fear of God in you when you look at him as a coach. The fear of God. Mm-hmm. So I mean, with him and then Roethlisberger, we got to play these guys twice. So like, that's already 6 games, like, smash mouth, could be win or lose. Now, I do know we played the Texans come November 21st. I'm thinking about going to that game out here, but given the fact that they don't have Jadeveon Clowney, and he's got to have surgery on his meniscus, I don't know if he's even going to come back or if he's going to be playing around that time. So, I mean, we definitely could probably take advantage of that now that like, him and Watt together is probably something crazy if everyone's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But that game, I'm really looking at that mainly because it's close to home. But pretty much out. I think we gonna win the division. Probably won't get a wild card. I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean probably won't get a bye. We'll get a wild card. We'll be 3 or 4. But and even if we kind of suck, we're getting in the playoffs. I'll even say, I'll even say, like I said, either we'll win the division or we could possibly, well, now that Ray Rice is gone, heck, we just going to win the division. That's it. We're going to win the division. Ain't no wild card talk over here. We're probably going to be 11-5, 10-6, or maybe 12-4. If we're 12-4, we might be able to, get a bye, but that's if Denver and New England decide to suck it up this year.
Yeah, New England's looking a little rough, but Denver looks amazing. The Colts, I think, are going to be better than they played last night. But getting to the NFC North, the Lions division, we got the Bears, which they struggled a little bit yesterday, but they're always tough. And the Vikings, they always seem to play well at home. And then the Packers, who pretty much, they're probably going to win the division. I'd be surprised if the Lions beat them for the division. I think the Packers could easily be an 11-12 win team. They got lots of talent. They got one of the better quarterbacks in the league. So it's going to be tough for the Lions to win the division, and I just hope that they can cut down on the mistakes. I don't know about Bengals, but the Lions usually lead the league or right up the top in penalties and personal fouls and drops. They led the league in drops last year and personal fouls. So new coaches, some new players. I'd like to see that stuff. And I don't mind if you just get beat because the other team played better, but when you beat yourself, that's when it's hard to watch a game, watch your team just self-destruct. And I think their coach last year,
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguar. I thought they were going to pull it out after I made that prediction that they're going to have a good year. I was like, all right, they're up 17-0 against the Eagles, and they choked. But so I just watch the first half of that Lions Monday Nighter if you got a chance on ESPN, because you might see a little similarities in your Bengals because they always have the potential every year and they always find a way to lose it. But at least your Bengals make the playoffs now, and that's something. The Lions made the playoffs once in the last 15 years, and they got blown out by the Saints, and they've only won one playoff game in the last 30 years. So it's tough to be a fan. I feel like as a Nintendo fan, like I was saying earlier, it kind of correlates to my being a Lions fan. I always got to expect to be disappointed when it comes to certain things. It's like all these third-party games we're not getting on the Wii U. It's like I'm used to disappointment, so it's no big thing to me. So, but we do have one of you. I think the Bengals and the Lions have two of the best receivers in the league with Calvin Johnson and AJ Green, so they have that in common. Calvin's a beast, but he's getting a little bit older. You know, he's only got probably 2 more seasons at his highest level, and then I think we're going to start seeing a decline. So it's the times now. We got Reggie Bush, we got Golden Tate, we got Stafford, we got some good tight ends, good offensive line. It's just there's no excuse this year. I mean, you just got to get it done, and I'd like to think Jim Caldwell can pull them together, and we'll see tonight. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to predict 10 wins for the Lions, which would be a good season in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess who do you think's going to be in the Super Bowl? Just make a prediction each, and then I'm going to end this so I can go watch some of the pregame.
All right, that's fine. Honestly, from the way that the Seahawks chopped up the Packers, Seahawks, I don't want to. I kind of want to say it'd be a repeat of last year. I'm not even gonna lie. The way Denver's looking, and then they actually tightened up their defense this year. I must say, as long as you got Peyton at the helm and you got a tighter defense, I still say Denver or Seahawks because there's no way New England can beat Seattle. There's no way.
No,
it's not physically possible.
It's if you look though at the history of the first week, the NFL or the Super Bowl teams always like dominate in that first week. The winners and the losers, they always look good in week 1, but a lot of the teams don't even make the playoffs the next year after getting in the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go way out there. Well, not way out there, but I'm gonna say the Falcons in the NFC. I think they got a really good team. Matt Ryan looked pretty impressive. And then I'm going to just take a wild card, and I'm going to take the Chargers from the AFC. I'm going to go, it probably ain't going to happen, but if it does, I'm going to be playing this video back.
Man, the Chargers got to go through KC, Denver, Oakland, not so much. But KC and Denver, oh, man. You picked something crazy.
Hey, man, they don't have to beat those teams in the regular season. They just got to beat one of them in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl because they can still make the playoffs. So I'm just taking a wild card. I don't want to be pick the same two everyone else is picking. So, Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback. They got some good talent, and I just figured I'd pick 2 really different teams. If I was going to bet, I wouldn't take those teams. I'd definitely have Seattle in there. I think Seattle and Denver both looked awesome. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I'm just excited that football's back, and Thursday night games now. We got Sunday night and Monday night, so it's an exciting time for me. And just a word to anyone watching this, I know we only have a couple viewers right now, but if on the replay, I'm not going to let football, completely get in the way of my YouTube channel and stuff, but if someone wants to do a podcast, don't do it on a Sunday. If you want me to join, maybe Sunday night, but more than likely I'm not gonna attend because I never miss a game on Sundays. So just a heads up to anyone planning podcasts on Sundays. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Thanks for coming in, giving your take on the Bengals. I'm pretty good friends with the Bengals fans, so I've been following the Bengals for about 6-7 years now. So they're not like I don't like root for them, but I like to see them win on the scoreboard when I see every Sunday night when I see who wins and stuff. So good luck with your team. Hopefully they can do something. Maybe Lions Bengals in the Super Bowl. You never know.
Long shot.
Yeah, that's probably 10,000 to 1 odds, but that would be awesome if that happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wouldn't be cool with you for about a week.
Well, yeah, depending on who wins.
Yeah.
So real quick too, I guess there's a Nintendo Treehouse event. They're going to show the final build of the 3DS version of Smash. I don't know if you saw that news today. They're airing at 8 hours of live broadcast starting at I think it's in the afternoon. So we're going to see the final build of Smash. Maybe we'll see the final rosters and all that. So
Hopefully they hide some of the people because they haven't revealed everybody. So
mhm.
hopefully they just hide them. So therefore it's like maybe the leak wasn't real, but the leak is real, but maybe
Yeah,
it's
still
not
keep
real.
have people guessing. Still keep them guessing.
Mhm.
And now I can avoid, like, when it releases in Japan, I can avoid Game Explains, walkthroughs, and game. I can avoid all the spoilers if I want to, just like Hyrule Warriors. So I'm gonna try to avoid every single thing from this point on. I think we know enough about the game, but I will watch that Treehouse event, and the 3DS version's looking solid. Everything I've seen on that looking solid, and I'm probably gonna get a refurbished XL to play Smash on, and then eventually get the new 3DS. So I'm excited for that. I know you're a big Smash fan, and hopefully there's like a training mode in the Wii U version where you can kind of show me some skills, or you said you
Okay.
like to teach other people.
Mhm.
So I'd like to think there'd be some kind of 2-player or 4-player like training mode where you could do voice chat would be awesome. I doubt it, but something like that.
They did it in Mario Kart. They can do it in Smash.
Yeah, in a friends lobby, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
You could. I really could use some more practice. So I might. The 3DS version is going to kind of be that for me, and just excited for that game. And that's pretty much it, guys. Tune in next week. Monday is my drawing for the Bayonetta 2 giveaway. Operation Platinum in full effect. I got both copies pre-ordered, one for me, one for the giveaway. I will do the drawing about halfway through the show. Maybe have a few extra guests on next week. I think it's gonna be exciting. Some lucky person. There's 20 people right now in the drawing, with multiple. Like, some people have 1 entry, some people have 6. So it's gonna be exciting. Tune in next Monday. It'll be at the normal 8 p.m. Eastern time slot. And it's going to be a big day for somebody, exciting time, and I'm looking forward to finding out who the winner's going to be. So with that, I'm going to end this video, go watch some pregame stuff, and get ready to watch my Lions take out the Giants for all those New Yorkers out there watching this. So, man, Leo, thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you guys on the next video, and on Wednesday's tournament, last chance to get in under the drawing for Bayonetta 2. So hope to see everyone out there, and like I said, we'll see you on the next video.